Hey everybody, I want to do a quick video on the Xprite RGB 5-foot whip light with the remote control. I had some questions before I ordered this. I had a hard time finding answers online, such as the thread length and size on the mounting base, what white light looked like on this since it is just the RGB rather than the more expensive RGBW, and just some general thoughts on it, some different dimensions. Maybe it'll help you all out before you decide to order. Start with the mount. What I used was actually a bathroom door hinge you'd find in any restaurant. Just so happened that the hole drilled in it was perfect size. I just drilled a couple of holes, put in a couple of rivets and it was a perfect size for pontoon railing. The thread size on the mount is 12 by 1.25 pitch, and as you can see, it's right at about an 1.25 inch shaft. And as you can see, I had to use some stainless steel spacers. I went ahead and tapped and threaded the mount so I could spin it right in. I was having some clearance issues with my battery box door, so if it was much lower, it was rubbing on the threads and I couldn't get the door open all the way. But we'll go ahead and hook this up and I'll show you what I thought of the light itself and the functions and some different things that I added on to it. Nice strong base. I don't think I have to have any worries about it popping off while we're running it. One thing I did add to this was, on our lake we have to have an orange flag flown at all times whenever you are towing somebody. So what I did is took a single hole split cush clamp and attached on some quick release keychains. That way I just put the male end on our orange flag so we can pop this one off, pop on our orange very quickly and easily. Outside diameter of the whip itself is 5/8 inch, so your 5/8 copper tube size cush clamps work very well. We'll go ahead and shut the lights out and show you how bright she is. Okay, and again, I am not a video editor. I just wanted to put this out just as some quick information. Hopefully it helps y'all. Go ahead and kick this on. So this thing has a lot of modes. That's the only downside of having the remote, is you have to go through each mode individually and find the one that you like. But whenever you do shut it off and turn it back on, it does save the last mode or color that you had previously running. Even if you disconnect it from the base for, a week at a time or however long, it will always come back to the one you had it last set on whenever you press on. Go ahead and go through a couple of colors here. And then one of the questions that I had before I ordered this is, what does white light look like on the cheaper RGB version rather than the much more expensive RGBW? Here's the white light. As you can tell, it puts off a kind of a light bluish tint, which isn't much of an issue. Here in a minute, I'll go up there and let's see if we can focus on an individual LED and show you what it's actually doing, because it's mixing red, blue, and green light together to create a sort of white light. We'll go ahead and go up there and see if we can get a shot of that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and kick this on. We'll start with blue and see if we can get this focused in here on one individual light. There we go. Be able to show you the actual diode. And we'll go ahead and kick it over to red and green. And this is the white light. As you can see all three diodes. It's mixed together to create a somewhat of a white light. But as you can tell, it puts out a pretty decent amount. Pretty satisfied with it. I know that the RGBW is much brighter on white light. But this definitely suffices for what we're wanting to do. And even the other colors they put out, very good amount of light. Very impressed with it. I was a little hesitant ordering the individual strip rather than the twisted light that has much more diodes. But overall, I think that the single strip works out pretty good. As I said, all in all, very impressed with this light. Quick connect, very good, strong. It does come with a rubber protective boot. Keep it covered when not in use. There was a lot of information, as I said, I could not find online before I ordered this, so I kind of took a chance. Like I said, the dimensions, and then the wire lead itself that came with this. That's it. This thing's only about 8 inches long. And then any wiring past that you'll have to supply, you know, along with your fuse holder and everything of that nature. If you have any more questions, feel free to message me. I'd be happy to try to answer them for you. Thank you.